In the most well-known Mishnah, in my opinion, in Sanhedrin chapter 10, Mishnah 1, it states that all Israel has a share in the world to come. All of the people of Israel are righteous. And then it goes straight into the exceptions. The exceptions are those who derive that there's no resurrection from the dead in their reading of the Torah. And then the next exception is those who do not accept the concept of Torah min haShamayim, meaning that the Torah is from heaven. So what does this concept mean, Torah min haShamayim? So there's a challenge to the traditional view by Maimonides in the book called Conflicting Attitudes to Conversion in Judaism, Past and Present. This is a book by Hakham Sassoon. Now on page 9, we see the following statement. Many deplore the idea of a secular methodology sharing a single volume with a traditionally hollowed one. We agree in principle. Indeed, far be it from us to desecrate texts that we cherish no less than the next person. However, we hesitate to categorize historical critical methodology as sacrilegious. It might not be, some would say it cannot be, compatible with the fundamentalist reading of certain articles in Maimonides' creed. So the context of this statement is found in a discussion about biblical criticism, certain contradictions, and reconciliation of those contradictions in the Torah, and trying to understand the nature of Torah itself. Hence the discussion, Torah min haShamayim. If the Torah is from heaven, what do we make of all of these problems or contradictions or discussions about these problems and contradictions and trying to harmonize them? Now there's many attempts to harmonize, but in the book he references just prior to the statement, which I just started reading, that throughout all these attempts to harmonize, all these attempts were short-lived and the contradictions continued to bounce back, and that he was happy that if you look at traditional sources like the Talmud, for example, they address some of these issues and they recognize these attempts at harmonizing or these contradictions or some of these problems which come up in the discussion of Torah min haShamayim. What is the nature of the Torah if we're saying it's from heaven? So he continues in his introduction on page 9. Again, now he's speaking about Maimonides' creed. This is Maimonides' view on Torah min haShamayim. But Torah students often find their integrity taxed when constrained to pay lip service to the Maimonidean dogma, which posits that the entire Pentateuch that we have in our hands today was given verbatim to the historical Moses at Sinai, together with its oral accompaniment. Those who with eyes glazed and teeth gritted cling on to dogmas from which their minds and souls are estranged, sow psychological dissonance within themselves and beyond. So that's the statement. That's the challenge to the we'll say the Maimonidean position on Torah min haShamayim. What is Hakham Sassoon? What is his approach to Torah min haShamayim? So if you're going to point out a problem without giving an answer, it's not so helpful. So he gives an answer. On his website, Destination Torah, there's a short summary to a different view, or maybe we'll say a different view of Torah min haShamayim. And he states that it's the Torah min haShamayim is actually, you could consider it as a gift from heaven that we're still unwrapping. A careful unwrapping of such a precious gift requires a certain methodology and careful examination of its instruction so that we can replace an older mythological perception of ourselves and physical and spiritual world with its Torah view. So this is his answer to the question of Torah min haShamayim. And the quote is from his book, Conflicting Attitudes to Conversion in Judaism, Past and Present, which you can see a photo of it in the video. I'll try to find a link and share it in the description. And again, thank you for listening.